Om Shanti. This is 2012 1969. Avyakt Murli. Success in Plan through Plain Remembrance. So, what is Bap Dada seeing today? What has he come to see and do? Today, Bap Dada has come to make his extremely lovely children make a promise. You souls were clever at making promise at the beginning. Just as you did not hesitate in making a promise at the beginning, so too Bap Dada has come to take a promise from you now. Out of all the souls in the entire drama, you are known as the most courageous because you had courage and came close to Bap Dada and received love from him. You took help from him and also helped him. So Bap Dada has come to test those sanskars once again. So all of you are ever ready? Are you not? So the promise you have to make is that from now onwards there will be from now onwards there will be unity, cleanliness, subtlety, sweetness and greatness in your thought, words and deeds visible to everyone at every step. This is the key to success in plans. If we any seva plan we are making, if we have unity, what we are going to do? We are going to reveal Bap Dada through the seva. So whatever difference of opinion comes, still we'll remain united. Cleanliness, there is no complaint, there is no hardness for anyone. Subtlety, sweetness, and greatness in your thought, words, and deeds, visible to everyone at every step. You were told that many were sent on service after Bhatti. Do you remember those days? After Bhatti, after Tapasya of 14 years, they were sent on outside for seva. So everyone looked same. Everyone had only one thing in mind. We have to reveal Baba. So what did people say about you then? The words that emerged from everyone's lips were that you have come out of the same machine. They used to think like, how come they all look similar? They speak similarly. So it was look like that some product has come from same machine. That kind of unity they had in them. What all of you say in the is the same. That the attraction of all of you is the same. So whose influence was that? That was the influence of subtle sustenance. Suksham palna, subtle sustenance. No, only once under one sustenance, Bap Dada sustenance they were under. So there was effect of one on all. So even while being in the corporeal form, you were visible to everyone as Avyakt angels. In an ordinary form, you were visible as spiritual beings and as images that attract. We were visible as spiritual beings because there was all talking, looking, walking, everything same. Now once again, just as that was the 16-year bhatti, this is 16-day bhatti. But from now, everyone should come to know that you have come here transformed in order to transform the world. So whatever seva we go in, let everyone have this feeling that we are the transformed one and we have come to transform the world. The entire divine family especially has an eye on this group. So the special souls have to reveal their speciality. Which speciality? You were already told of 5 things: unity, cleanliness, subtlety, sweetness, and greatness. You will be able to reveal the Father. You can only reveal the Father through your sanskars of perfection, not just through your service plan, but you can reveal the Father through your sanskar of perfection and your perfect Shakti form. Although you have to create plans, those plans will be successful when together with the plan you have total love. There should be plain remembrance. There should not be anything mixed in the remembrance, complaint and expectations, all those. Only with plain remembrance can be successful. Check before you create a plan. There should be plain remembrance, because if we have plain remembrance, then only correct touching will be there. If we don't have plain remembrance, there mixturity of this worldly things, then the plan may fail because we don't get accurate the plan, because the plan is accurate when it comes with the touching of God, Supreme Power, Supreme Father. So, what was the promise you made at the beginning? Do you remember that song? You have to put that into practice. That is, it should be visible to everyone that your love of the intellect is only for the one. There is no one in the intellect. Intellect is so plain. Now, do you understand what have you come to do and see? Baba likes variety. There is heart to heart conversation. Some fail in this. Some fail in what? Heart to heart conversation. At this time, you have become those who defeat everyone. You are not defeated. You do not allow yourself to be defeated. This is also good. However, you do become sensitive. We become very sensitive. We start feeling anything. Anyone did not talk to us. Anyone did not do any favor to us. If you want to learn the art of being victorious in whatever you are saying, then learn it from the children. When this little difference finishes, all these souls will surrender themselves to you. Just as all of you surrender yourself to Baba, as to your devotees will surrender themselves to you, Shakti. However, these differences should finish. The most sensible one that emerged are those who instantly struck a bargain in front of the soul of the entire world. You are the most courageous and most sensible. This is why Bapdada says, it is the gathering of those who are the most sensible. You are also courageous, no matter how much courage others have. No one can have the courage that you have of giving an instant donation, which counts as great charity. Although everyone bathed in the rivers, you bathed in the ocean. There is a difference between bathing in river and bathing in ocean. You have passed in this. Now it remains to you to pass in one another aspect. The the marks are dependent on that one aspect. No matter what direction you receive at any time and in any form for anywhere, it can be given at any time. You can be even given a direction to be ready in 1 second. Have all of you become ever ready to this extent? When you are about to leave the impure household, did you think about anything? You did not consider your jewelry, cloth, or children. You do not consider anything. So, since this is pure household, what need to be considered? What need is there to consider those things? Previously, you were just in love, and you did all this out of love, not with knowledge. Love along made you ever ready to that extent. Now, as well as love, you also have power. Even while having love and power, why there is delay in the becoming ever ready? In the beginning, it was announced that everyone had to go into the field at that time. So, too, this has to repeat now, but in various different forms. Bab Dada knows the future. He wants you in advance, and yet it should not be that you will keep yourself in the bondage of service. Even while having bondages, you must not stay in bondages. To be in bondage to any soul is not a sign of becoming free from bondage. This is why all of you have to pass this one subject with honor. You will be warned about that which you had never thought or even dreamed about. Those who pass in such a paper will pass with honor. This is why Bap Dada is telling you in advance. You are being given a signal in advance. This is known as going into the depth. What would the specialty of those who have a subtle intellect? Those who have subtle intellect will be able to mold themselves according to circumstances. They will have the courage to confront anything. They will never be confused, but they will go into the depth of whatever situation is and move according to that. Only when you are light will you be able to mold yourself. When something is warm and soft, can it be molded? For example, iron. First, it is warmed, then, when it becomes soft, it is molded. If either is missing, it will not be molded. Whatever it is first heated and made soft, and then it can be molded. What is warmth and softness here? The softness is humility, and warmth is form of power. So humility means the form of love. Those who have love for every soul will be able to remain humble. If there is no love, neither will they be able to become merciful, nor will they be humble. This is why there has to be humility and the form of power. That is, to the extent that you are humble. There should be the feeling of being a master. There should be the feeling of being a master in the form of power. And in humility, there should be virtue of serving. There should be service, and also the feeling of being a master. You should be a server and also have the intoxication of being a master of the world. When you have both this softness and warmth, you will be able to mold yourself in every aspect. Each of you has to check that the sensual intellect is equally balanced with warmth and softness. Sometimes extreme humility causes damage, and sometimes the extreme feeling of being a master causes damage. This is why there has to be balance of both. There will be such a greatness as there is quality. Now, do you understand in which one aspect you will pass with honor? The final paper is being announced in advance. You should be free from bondages at every moment. We should be free from any bondages, even in term of bondage of service. We should not be have bondage of service. Okay, we are getting service also fine. If we don't get any service also, our sthiti should not get shaken up. So as soon as it is announced, you have to be ever ready and come out to the field. This is the final paper which will be given to you at the right time in a practical way. If you pass in this paper, the other things are not a big thing. If you pass in this paper, it means you will have an affect stage. If you go beyond the consciousness of body, the other things are not a big thing. It is through this that you can tell to. It is through this that you can tell to what extent you have left the ropes of boat of that life. One is the golden chain, other is the iron chain. You have to let go the golden chain. But now there is still the subtle golden chain. These are such that they are not visible to anyone. So we have to check what golden chain we have. This is why, just as you become free from any type of bondage, in the same way, you should be able to become free from the bondage of the body. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to be liberated from the bondage of the body. The final paper is out of final thoughts, which leads you to the final destination. To easily be free from bondage of body, at the end is sign of passing with honor. However, that will only be possible when your costume is not tight. If there is tightness, you will not be able to be liberated easily. Tightness means attachment to someone. This is why check one thing. Has your costume become so loose that you will be able to shed the costume in 1 second? If it is trapped somewhere, then there will be difficulty in shedding costume. This is known as being ever ready. Only those who are ever ready in every aspect will be ever ready to this extent. You saw in practical form how Baba demonstrated being ever ready so that when he was called, he instantly left here. In 1 second, did he think, what will children say? How can I go without meeting them? Did Baba think anything just as like him? You saw in practical form how the Baba demonstrated being ever ready so that when he was called, he instantly left. Did he think, what children will say? So did Baba think this? As soon he was warned, he was ever ready because of being easy in costume, it became easy to shed the costume. This is why you should try this at every moment. The praise of conference ages, how Baba was detached even while being in body. Only then he was able to be detached in 1 second. Only those who remain detached over a long period of time can be detached in 1 second. If there isn't detachment over a long period of time, then this love for the body will make the soul repent. This is why you must not have love for the love for it. The more detached you remain from this, to that extent you will be loved by the world. Therefore, this is the effort you have to make. The rest we will continue next session. Thank you, Baba. Thank you. So, what we learned, we have to have 5 things to have success in our seva, services, unity, cleanness, subtlety, sweetness, and greatness in our third thoughts, words, and deeds. We should have plain remembrance. Plain remembrance, heart to heart talk with Baba. Then we should not have tight cloth. Tight cloth means body. We should be ever ready that any time we should not have bondage of service also, bondage of body, and the when we are soft and warm and soft. So humility and power should be there. Malik so balak, as like children, we should have balance between the two. Thank you, Baba. Thank you. Shukriya, Baba. Shukriya. Om Shanti.